Kiernan Shipka has put down her Sabrina mask to be in this film, because obviously Sabrina is no more. Totally Killer is a new serial killer film of a genre that we've had lots of, but it does a few fun things. So let's talk about it. When the infamous Sweet 16 killer returns 35 years after his first murder spree to claim another victim, 17-year-old Jamie accidentally travels back in time to 1987. So we've had various time travel movies with serial killers in them, or just killers in them. Army of Darkness with the Evil Dead, Happy Death Day 1 and 2, a cornucopia recently where this genre has become really popular to do. So here we have a new serial killer, the Sweet 16 killer, that suddenly comes back 35 years later. And there's a number of cast people that you're going to notice that I think you'll be like, oh, I know them. Let's just say that this, because it sets itself up in the 80s, once it's established like who the killer is and who the main characters are, and then we have Kiernan go back into the 80s. I think that's where the film works the best, which is good because that's where we spend the majority of our time. There's an interesting dynamic of character who Kiernan plays, pointing out all the things that are not okay to say or do anymore, and she's the fish out of water because she comes from our time where there are a bunch of things that you can't do or say anymore because society has changed, and everybody in the past is looking at her like she's mental. So while she's trying to stop the killer and help people from stop being killed back in the day, and befriend someone like her mother, really kind of Back to the Future sort of storyline, she's also experiencing what it is to be someone that's from our time living that, which is why we get that fish out of water. Now I think she plays the character really well. She's interesting and fun to watch. She does come across as quite bossy at times. I don't know if that's just a part of the character that she's been given to play, or because she's that fish out of water character from our time, now in that time telling people that you shouldn't be talking like that, or wearing shirts that says I like boobs, stuff like that. She does come across as very pushy and forceful, and with the other characters, the younger generation that are very kind of happy-go-lucky and want to get drunk and have sex everywhere, and what they're painting the picture of the 80s to be, that is fun. And when it comes to the filmmaking, it very much sets you in the zone of what the 80s is. Between the music and the score, the filmmaking itself is good and fun. I would say I didn't feel emotionally connected enough to any of the characters for me to care when some of them were going to get taken out. And it's pretty brutal and violent in places. It's very stabby because this particular killer likes to use a knife and is also fairly good at fighting. So when we have some good fight sequences, I was surprised but believed it because some of the stuff that our characters can do has been set up previously. That's just good writing. So I enjoyed it a lot as a one-time watch, and I think once you get to the ending, you would have guessed some of the things, some of the twists, but I think for the most part it sets it up well enough that you believe. I mean, this is a film about time traveling, so how much believability it needs to have, I don't know, but it does need to feel grounded, and it does for the most part. So you have the costume design, the sets, the acting, and the dialogue all come together to end up, I think it's just adding itself into that genre, solidifying it, going, okay, we're one of these. Doesn't really do anything massively different outside of that genre, but it sets itself into be a fun film to watch during spooky time in Halloween month, which we are now in. So let me know if you're going to give this a go. I don't think it's brilliant, and I've seen some reviews saying this is like the next Scream. I think it's a lot of fun, but I didn't care about any of the characters, and I would, if I were to compare about it, I cared more about the characters in, let's say, Happy Death Day or Scream.
And you got one. Congratulations.
Let me know what you would give this. Thanks so much for watching, but most of all, until next time, remember, live long and Tuesday.